Good morning, class. Standard 8 Physical Educations. Chapter Volleyball. Referees. Chapter 8 is referees. Normally called referees, refereeing corps and procedures. Refereeing corps, the CORPS. P is a silent corps. And procedure. There is in volleyball, there is a first referee, second referee, scorer, and line judges. These are called refereeing corps to conduct the match. In this, the first referee is the overall in charge of the other officials. He can overrule the other official decision also. So composition, what is the composition of the volleyball referees? First referee, the second referee, the scorer, 4 or 2 line judges. For FIVB World and official competitions, an assistant scorer is compulsory in world and official competitions. What is the procedures? Only the first and second referees may blow a whistle during the match. The first referee gives the signal for the service that begins the rally. The first and second referees signal the end of the rally, provided that they are sure that fault has been committed and they have identified in its nature. They have to find out which fault they made a player. They have to tell the other teams. They may blow the whistle when the ball is out of play to indicate that they authorized or reject a team request. Immediately after the referee's whistle, to signal the completion of the rally, they have to indicate with the official hand signals. Every referee and first referee, second referee, they will use hand signals. Every ball out, ball in, team to serve, rotation fault, net fault, back row fault, reaching behind the net. So many faults. There are 25 signals are there. The first referee and second referee will signals. But second referee has some jurisdiction, some limitations. But first referee is the overall in charge. He will decide the fault while playing. Second referee will do net fault, back row player attack, server fault, penetration under the net, penetration, the crossing the center line, likewise is capacity. If fault is whistled by the referee, she will indicate in order, that is, anything fault happen, first to indicate team to serve, next what fault they made. That is a referee duty. If you see volleyball match, referee and signal, first any fault found, whistled, they will indicate team to serve first, then they will tell the fault, the team to serve, the nature of fault, the players at fault if necessary. The second referee will follow the first referee's and signals by repeating them. Only first referee, what he is doing, you have to repeat the signal. If fault is whistled by the second referee, he will indicate the nature of fault, a player at fault, the team to serve following hand signal of the first referee. In case the first referee does not show either the nature of the fault or the player at fault, but only the team to serve, then second referee can tell the first referee which team to serve. In case of an attack it fault by back row or libero players, both referees indicate according to the rules. In case of double fault, both referees indicate in other order. The nature of fault, the players at fault, the team to serve as directed by the first referee. Now I'll come to the first referee's responsibility and duties. Authority. First we'll talk about authority. The first referee carries out functions seated or standing on the referee stand located at one end of the net. His view must be approximately 50 cm above the net. Now authorities. That is the location. Now authority. The first referee directs the match from the start until the end. He has the authority over all members of the refereeing corps and the members of the teams. During the match, the first referee's decision are final. He is authorized to overrule the decision of the other members of the refereeing corps if it is not noticed that they are mistaken. The first referee may ever replace a member of refereeing corps, even replace, who is not performing his functions properly, may not feeling well, is not know the rules and regulation. He may change the second referee any times. The first referee also controls work of the ball retrievers, floor wipers and movers. That means ball boys who's standing at the corner, they rotate the ball. That is called ball retrievers. And sweepers and moppers. Then indoor game when playing, the player's shooting will fall on the field, ground. They have to wipe it out. Otherwise it will slippery will happen. That's why it will control. The first referee shall not permit any discussion about his decisions. However, at the request of the game captain, the first referee will give an explanation on the application of interpretation of the rules upon which he has based the decisions. Any protest you want to make through the team captains. If the game captain does not agree with the explanation of the first referee and chooses to protest against such a decision, he must immediately reserve the right to file and record this protest at the conclusion of the match. The first referee must authorize to write off the game captain. The first referee is responsible of determining before and during the match whether the playing area equipments and the condition meet playing requirements. Now responsibility, this is the important. This is important, often asked question, often it comes prior to the match, during the match, at end of the match, like a team captain's duties like. Now prior to the match, the first referee inspect the conditions of the playing area, the balls and other equipments, performs the toss with the team captains, controls the team's warming up. This is prior to the match, before start of the match. Now during the match, the first referee is authorized to issue warnings to the teams, to sanction misconduct and delays, to decide upon the faults of the server of the positions of the serving team, including the screen. The fault is playing the ball, the faults above the net as its upper part, the attack its fault of the libero and back row players, the completed hit, attack hit made by a player on a ball above the net, height coming from the overhand pass with finger pass by the libero in his front zone. The ball crossing completely the lower space under the net. The completed block by back row players or attempt to block by the libero. At the end of the match, he checks the score sheet and signs it. So this is the first referee responsibilities. Now I'll come to the second referee. Locations. Location means he will stand right opposite side of the first referee, facing the first referee, other end of the net. Second referee perform his due functions standing outside the playing court near the post, on the opposite side facing the first referee. Now authority. The second referee is assistant of the first referee, but also his own range of jurisdictions. Should the first referee become unable to continue his work, the second referee may replace him. The second referee may, without whistling, also signal fault outside his range of jurisdiction, but may not insist on them to the first referee. The second referee controls the works of the scorer. The second referee supervises team members on the team bench and reports their misconduct to the first referee. The second referee controls the players in the warm-up areas. The second referee authorizes the interruptions, controls their duration and rejects improper requests. The second referee controls the number of timeouts and substitutions used by each team and reports the second timeout and the fifth and sixth substitution to the first referee and coach consent. Because suppose the team has 2 timeouts in one set, timeout is over, second timeout is over, then you have to intimate the first referee, 1 timeout, 2 timeout is over. Personally, to the particular coach, you have to inform that coach also, no more timeout, or you have only 1 timeout, likewise. In case of injury of a player, the second referee authorizes an exceptional substitution or grants a 3 minutes recovery time. The second referee checks the floor conditions, mainly in the front zone. He also checks during the match that the balls still fulfill the regulations. The second referee supervises team members in the penalty areas and reports their misconduct to the first referee. No responsibility of second referees. At the start of the each set, at the change of courts in the deciding set, and whenever necessary, he checks that actual position of the players on the court correspond to those on the lineup sheet. That means the coach before start of the each set, the team coaches will write the number of the players and position of players on the lineup sheet. That sheet will go to second referee. He will check which according to lineup sheet the players are standing on the court. That is his duties. During the match, the second referee decides whistles and signal. What are the signals you will give while whistling? Penetration into the opponent's court and the space under the net. Positional fault of the receiving team. A faulty contact of the player with the net at its lower part or with the antenna or his side of the court. The completed block by back row players or the attempted block by the libero player. The attack it fault by back row player or by the libero. The contact of the ball with the outside object. The contact of the ball with the floor when the first referee is not in position to see the contact. The first referee may not see in that ball where it is landed. Then second referee give the signal ball landed in or out. The ball that crosses the net totally or partially outside the crossing space to the opponent's court or contacts the antenna on his side of the court. At the end of the match, he signed the score sheet. So this is second referee's duties. So next class I will continue with scorers and line judges. Good morning class. Stay safe. Stay home.